There was an old man with a flute. A serpent ran into his boot, but he played day and night till the serpent took flight, and avoided that man with the flute. There was a young lady of Russia who screamed so that no one could hush her. Her screams were extreme. No one heard such a scream as was screamed by that lady of Russia. There was a young lady of Portugal whose ideas were excessively nautical. She climbed up a tree to examine the sea, but declared she would never leave Portugal. There was a young lady of Tyre who swept the loud chords of a lyre. At the sound of each sweep she enraptured the deep, and enchanted the city of Tyre. There was an old person of Ischia whose conduct grew friskier and friskier. He danced hornpipes and jigs, and ate thousands of figs, that lively old person of Ischia. There was an old person of Bangor whose face was distorted with anger. He tore off his boots and subsisted on roots, that irascible person of Bangor. There was an old man of Vienna who lived upon tincture of senna. When that did not agree, he took chamomile tea, that nasty old man of Vienna. There was an old man of the East who gave all his children a feast, but they all ate so much, and their conduct was such, that it killed that old man of the East. There was an old man in a boat who said, "I'm afloat, I'm afloat." When they said, "No, you ain't," he was ready to faint, that unhappy old man in a boat. There was an old man of the coast who placidly sat on a post, but when it was cold he relinquished his hold, and called for some hot buttered toast. There was an old person of Buder whose conduct grew ruder and ruder, till at last with a hammer they silenced his clamor by smashing that person of Buder. There was an old man of Kamschatka who possessed a remarkably fat cur. His gait and his waddle were held as a model to all the fat dogs in Kamschatka. There was an old man of Moldavia who had the most curious behavior, for while he was able he slept on a table, that funny old man of Moldavia. There was an old person of Gretna who rushed down the crater at Etna. When they said, "Is it hot?" he replied, "No, it's not," that mendacious old person of Gretna. There was an old person of Hurst who drank when he was not athirst. When they said, "You'll grow fatter," he answered, "What matter?" that globular person of Hurst. There was an old man with a beard who sat on a horse when he reared, but they said, "Never mind, you will fall off behind, you propitious old man with a beard." There was an old man of Madras who rode on a cream-colored ass, but the length of its ears so promoted his fears that it killed that old man of Madras. There was an old man of Berlin whose form was uncommonly thin, till he once by mistake was mixed up in a cake, so they baked that old man of Berlin.